Welcome back, episode 66 of Revisited, and we're talking about a movie that both of us really liked, our favorite movie of the year so far, and that is The Suicide Squad. With The Suicide Squad is Worse Than You Think by...
Oh boy. Ah, crap.
Yeah, that would have been...
You would think 66...
Synthetic Man.
Okay.
You would think, but... There's no establishment for the job because I do download the media, so you would assume.
Yes,
I would
you
go.
would.
No.
Yes,
One second
I'm
there.
blameless
One
here.
second there. But you do gather the media and send me the media.
Okay, but why would I remember who this dude is? I've got no attachment to this individual.
I can't remember the name of the video. Literally 2 minutes after I leave your room.
But what about when you go, all right, I need to remember what episode this is, just like what you did, and you go, oh, is there anything else that perhaps I may need to remember?
Nope.
And that just doesn't even...
I leave that to you, and then I remember.
Well, we see how far... Oh, well, that's gone all these times.
That's the issue. I just go, oh, wait, no, it's him. He's not doing it. So, yeah, talking about this. We heard a little bit of this. It's
not good.
I
I don't see how... I want to hear the arguments, because I'm very confused. Because, again, just watched it, critical eye on. I'm like, very solid movie.
Yeah, there's some nagging things for me, but beyond that, I don't.
Yeah.
As far as this big 22-minute just going, it's trash. I don't see that.
I don't at all.
So let's get into it.
So if you've seen my channel before, you might be wondering, why am I reviewing this movie? Especially since, while I have reviewed TV shows and movies before, this has nothing to do with video games. It doesn't really have any cultural significance either, other than being yet another cape film.
Pause.
Well,
you don't have to have any sort of... It's your channel. Unless you're going, I am a Naruto channel and that's all I'm going to do.
Ever.
Don't be like, oh, what are people? Don't be surprised. No, just do whatever you want. Talk about whatever you want. I don't understand that.
And this stupid cultural impact thing to make it seem even lesser than what it is, because it's just another superhero cape movie. Like, what do you? And please don't do the stupid Mortal Kombat sound effect every time you curse. Please don't do that.
It would be funny if he did. I'd laugh.
Dude, I'm a MK fan. I have never used the sound effect like that. It's not funny.
yeah, I mean, that's exactly the reason, to be honest, though. I'm kind of sick of doing game reviews at the moment. And I'm definitely going to admit, I am not a film analysis type of guy. I am just basically an average moviegoer who's sick of really movies, despite the fact that...
No, it's just worse.
It's even worse than I could have possibly imagined. Okay, I'm an average film goer who's sick of movies. What are you quantifying as movies?
I'm guessing Black Widow, if that's what he's showing.
I'm guessing it's a bunch of popcorn flicks, and he doesn't like superhero movies.
Did that come out around the same time?
As what, Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Suicide Squad was August, September. Black Widow was June, July.
July for Widow. And August for Suicide Squad.
Sick of really movies, despite the fact that I see plenty of them. I've probably seen more bad movies in the last several months than even just okay movies, and I don't think I've seen a good movie all year. Except maybe Godzilla vs. Kong, but that's not really a good movie. I was just entertained.
Pause. So I haven't seen a good movie except this movie, except it wasn't a good movie. I was just entertained.
I mean, isn't that essentially what people see from things like Suicide Squad and Black Widow, that they're entertained even if it's not quote unquote good?
I'm just talking about his wording, his choice of...
Yeah, sure. Also, what is a good movie for him? Like, I would really like him to explain.
Let's chickadee check out the channel. Maybe he did a positive review on something.
Because I want to know where you are coming from. Because if you're just saying it's a bunch of movies, and then you show like that stupid Zack Snyder zombie movie that was at best okay.
He did one on the Mortal Kombat movie.
He didn't like it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's mostly games, E3, Jack and Daxter, games.
Okay.
Suicide Squad, games.
Well, maybe he'll say something.
Yes. Games.
Why not? You know, if the movie is terrible, maybe it'll be funny to talk about it. And boy, was I not disappointed, man. This movie is a fucking acid trip, dude. I don't know what...
So you're just done with censoring yourself?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. No, or was the censorship just comedy?
So you just did two? Rule number one, rule of three. Number two, you just do two, not address the fact that you're gonna stop censoring yourself? It has to be a conscious effort to go in and censor yourself, and then to no longer censor yourself. Unless he just missed this. It's just very odd that would be.
James Gunn was high on when he was directing this, but he's lost his mind. Because I'm assuming the entire reason he was hired by Warner Brothers is like, oh, you should just do what you did with Guardians of the Galaxy, but do it with the Suicide Squad.
He has a proven track record of being able to handle an ensemble cast, more lighthearted.
With weird characters, all that type of stuff.
People that aren't exactly well known in the media.
And making them well known.
All within the span of one movie.
Giving them backstories and stuff, or directing them well.
I don't see why you wouldn't get somebody like him as opposed to somebody unproven or just another Snyder thing. You go, all right, people dug the Snyder movie, but, you know, not everybody did. So we can just do the opposite end of the coin, have a fun, jokey movie. Not all, you know, we don't have to do a whole big budget.
Yeah.
It's got the name recognition of at least the Suicide Squad. You got your famous actors and all that. I don't see why you wouldn't get a James Gunn.
Then people might actually like the Suicide Squad. Yeah, well, I guess he just said F that because...
No, he just missed it. He just completely missed it. Dude, these sound effects are
hilarious.
They are not it.
They hitting. I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah. Oh yeah, trying.
This movie has basically nothing redeemable about it except maybe John Cena.
Pause.
Was there an issue with what he said?
Words have meaning.
So much meaning.
You can't say there's no redeeming quality
Almost
about...
no.
Did he say almost?
I think he said.
About it.
Let's see.
Yeah, well, I guess he just said F that because this movie has basically nothing redeemable about it.
Oh, basically nothing. So it's still the issue because he's basically saying only John Cena is the redeemable thing.
Except maybe John Cena.
So false.
Dude, I don't know why, but I laughed so hard when Amanda Waller just screaming at them when they're walking towards
so great, you stupid pieces of shit. Monster. She just going nuts, spits all dribbling down her face.
I cherish peace with all my heart. I don't care how many men, women, and children I need to kill to get it.
His character was actually pretty funny, but everything else is either bland and forgettable or ridiculously over the top. And to say this film...
There's an issue with over the top. Now, something that's over the top and not good is the Harley Quinn jail scene.
Yes, absolutely.
And I wouldn't even call it that before all the flower crap. But if it was no flowers, I would just go, okay, it's just the action sequence that I'm not particularly a fan of because I don't like Harley Quinn.
Dark is an understatement. If you had any suspense of disbelief in the first 30 minutes, it will be completely shattered by the end. And so I don't even have to go into spoilers to just tell you the movie was terrible, but I was vaguely entertained by how bad it was. I wish it was funny bad, but really it's not. It's more just...
I wish you would talk about the movie. Get into it. I don't care about what your expectations were. I don't care about funny, bad, and things like that. If you're going, there's basically no redeeming qualities, bland, boring, or over the top. John Cena kind of funny. I don't care. Get into what you mean.
Obnoxiously bad. So if you're going into this looking for a film about villains doing evil shit, or maybe some bad guys who get redeemed and have some character development, or maybe you're just kind of looking for a good time, just some fun action, like okay writing.
Okay, so wow, let's get off.
Yeah,
the
no,
penis.
you're not gonna get any.
Very bad point to stop at.
So he said, guys doing bad things, villains doing bad things. They absolutely do. Villains redeeming themselves. They absolutely do. Character development. They absolutely have it. What are you talking about?
Fun action movie, he said. That's absolutely in there.
I don't know what he's talking about.
You're going to get an extremely style over substance film. There is nothing of value here. There's nothing to learn here. There's nothing to gain here. And the only thing that's really entertaining are...
Absolutes. Nothing of value here. That the single scene of King Shark when they're all in the club and he's just sitting there by himself in the back of the van. That's so sad.
It's hilarious when they're all getting debriefed and they're all just spitting their own. It's just like starfish is another way to say butthole. Do you think it's related? No.
What's that thing? It's an overhead projector. You use it? No. Then why is it still here? I have a question.
It wasn't even a question. It's just like, dude, why do you it's Peacemaker?
You see right there all of their values, all their mindsets, what they're doing. In such a small amount of time, you get everybody's personality. You get to see the people who are paying attention, who aren't paying attention, in dumb King Shark hand.
And he's so proud of himself after the fact. Yes, in that way.
Some of the jokes and just the over-the-top visuals. Nothing else of redeeming value. So without further ado, let's just get into the spoiler section because, well, yeah, you're in for a ride. So, the movie begins with a pointless scene where they give you a fake Suicide Squad, which, if you've seen it...
How's it pointless?
It's not pointless.
Was there a point?
We see the entire point of their characters was to distract the entire army so that the actual Suicide Squad can go in and do their job.
It also led to why Rick Flag and Harley are there and why they're captured.
We also got the Javelin, which is very important in killing Starro.
What are you talking about? It was the point.
And the opposite criticism could be levied if they were just on the beach and just getting shot up. You'd be like, who are these people?
On top of that, it also, for anybody that didn't see the first Suicide Squad, lets them know that running away does actually explode their head. So it sets up that thing for later on when she starts flipping the switches.
Any of the trailers, you could guess what exactly is going to happen to these people, and I'm sure you guessed in the first minute, oh, all these people are going to die except Harley Quinn. Technically, that's not true. Rick Flag, the commander dude or whatever, he survives, but yes, everyone else fucking dies. And it's pointless. That first 10 minutes only exists for celebrity cameos. I don't even understand.
It's funny. and it sets up quite a few things within a mid-movie. Rick Flag is captured, but he's not captured by the enemy, or he's saved by the liberators. So he gets to meet up with them, which in turn helps with the plot to overthrow the government, which is not their mission. So they're kind of like about it, but she leads them to where they need to go. And Harley Quinn takes down the president. So they're able to easier liberate their things, but it's just like, I'm the new president. No, you're not. Shoot, 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 shoot. It sets up a bunch of that pays off later on. So this scene, these first 10 minutes had a lot of point to it.
Now it's also just cameos, and it's funny, but
don't care.
I don't really care. It's I mean, it's not like we got to see everybody. We don't really know about the big orange lady or anything. We got a couple of people. We got the setup for the Suicide Squad, the bombs. Done. It's 10 minutes.
Understand why, especially Pete Davidson. Like they set him up as the guy who sold out the crew, and then he just gets shot in the face immediately. He doesn't even.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter because they were just gonna kill everybody anyway.
Yes, and I don't know who Pete Davidson is, so I'm not going in there going, "Oh, Pete Davidson's in this movie."
Say anything funny while he's on screen, despite being a comedian.
Well, this is a werewolf. You sat me next to a fake werewolf. That was funny. Sorry.
And just because he's a comedian, does that mean that he has to play to his type?
Robin Williams did dramas, just straight up dramas. Jim Carrey did straight up.
That was a really good movie. It was Photo something that he did. You've never seen it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's a really good movie. He's a creepy guy who works at like a CVS who develops photos. Robin Williams. What? Suicide Squad. What? One Hour Photo. That's what it was called.
Okay.
I think I combined Phone Booth and that movie. I wonder how that holds up.
Phone Booth. Oh, I saw it recently. It's
Really?
good.
Oh, okay. Good.
It's good.
The guy who plays Yondu dies. The Javelin guy dies. The Weasel dies.
Pause.
Okay, why do you need to say this when you say you already know everybody's gonna die?
You said that
And
everybody was gonna die,
except Quinn, and that's technically not true because Flash still survives.
and Weasel.
Well, technically, Weasel at the end, we see him survive. But and what he's basically saying is just like, all right, these two survive, meaning everybody else dies, and now he's just going, well, everybody died. I'm gonna name off everybody that died.
They all die. That being said, I do find it kind of funny on a meta level that they brought back Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang just to kill him. Still wasn't really worth this intro scene, though. The only thing of significance that happened...
It also sets the tone for the movie. It's quite gory. It's not like the last movie. These people are actually dying. We've seen at least some of them, and they didn't hop out of the bag like in Slipknot, the man that could climb anything, and just boom.
Or Katana. This is Katana.
Oh my goodness. No, but we have an attachment to Boomerang, so when he dies, I went, oh crap, really?
And it was so early and so just
Because I saw him, I didn't see really too many trailers, but I saw him, I'm like, okay, so Boomerang's going to be here. He's one of the people that I liked in the last one. And he died, I'm like, oh crap, really?
I'm still sad Polka Dot died. I wanted more.
Yeah. That's a rough one.
They better have Ratcatcher 2 in the next one. Sorry.
Here is Harley gets the Javelin's javelin, which comes up later. And so then we basically get into a scene that is just like the first movie. We get introduced to Bloodsport. They honestly just should have went with Deadshot again. Do you think
They couldn't. Will Smith did not have other obligations, so they were gonna make Idris Elba Deadshot, but they said we might want to bring Will Smith Deadshot back at a separate time. So let's make him this other character that's basically the same thing. And they even play off of that with Peacemaker because it's just like, that guy does the same things I do. You said everybody was unique.
Yeah, I personally would not want to see Will Smith back. He didn't really do much for me in this one, but Idris Elba was really good in this.
Yeah, I really didn't like Will Smith's Deadshot. It was played way too straight, way too... My daughter, I love her, and I want to do right by her. And this was just them just screaming you for like 20 seconds.
And then once he got out of prison, he was a bit more snappy and boisterous.
But it was so much deadpan snapping.
But then out of the prison, he just turns into black guy. What you mean? What you talking about? What's all this? And that's basically all it is. And I wouldn't want to see him back. He really wouldn't. I don't think he would really fit in with this. Because he's just kind of whatever. And Idris Elba's just like, what is all this bush?
anybody cares that Deadshot's played by Idris Elba instead of Will Smith? No. But no, instead they just
I would. I absolutely would. Because that would be just a whole nother Iron Man situation where you just go, oh, just pop in another black guy and it's fine.
Yeah, I wouldn't enjoy that. Plus, this would be a fundamentally different movie because the daughter dynamic would be different. So what is the catalyst to make him do it this time? Because Deadshot was just like, and then Deadshot would have to be in prison again. So like, there's so many. It's such a different movie, or at least different setup.
And Idris Elba, in the beginning, it's like, oh, he really doesn't care about anybody. Then you get the rat catcher scene, and he starts to soften up. We've seen Will Smith soften up to Harley Quinn in the last one, so we wouldn't get that scene at all.
It's played by Idris Elba instead of Will Smith. No, instead they just got a copy-paste character who does exist in the comics, but it's hilarious that he's basically just Deadshot again. Then we're...
Yes, and they play off it with he does what I do, and you said we were all unique.
And he's not even basically Deadshot, because he's got... Deadshot is basically... Isn't he just pew, pew, pew? I don't think he ever picked up any sort of weapon or...
Yeah, Deadshot is mostly... that's more of a Deathstroke thing with swords and stuff.
But in this movie, you see that he got... I love his pulling off bits of his thing.
That's great.
That's such a great thing. But you see him, he's got a spear at least, and he's got a different type of gun. Will Smith, he just pew, pew, pew.
Yeah, I could definitely see, like, if they were both in Injustice 3, they would play really differently. Because, dude, that gadget... I would be rocking it.
It's so...
And Chris was big mad that every time he pulled off his mask, because he was like, that mask is fire. The helmet is fire.
But you need to get hey, we got this guy. We're not going to put him behind a mask.
And it all made sense every time he took it off or put it back on, at least, as opposed to, Winter Soldier, where it's just like, all right, you see my face, so I never need to wear this again. Like,
or back in the day with Sylvester Stallone and Judge Dredd, where he puts it on for the beginning of the movie, and the rest of the movie, no helmet.
To the rest of the team, we have Ratcatcher 2, a young woman who uses a magical science device to summon rats. Note that this device has no limitations in its rat ability. It doesn't even seem to have a range. Except maybe reasonably where rats could come to you. Within like a mile radius, 2 mile radius, 3 mile radius. Who knows? You'll see in the climax of the film. Not to mention it somehow makes the rats smarter, as they seem to be able to perform complex commands and not just her personal pet rat.
He's commanding them.
Yes.
She's basically controlling them. So as long as she can do complex commands...
And the rats are capable of doing it.
Yeah, she can't have them lift a building or do 13 backflips or something if they're not physically capable of doing the thing. This dude is not good.
Yeah, he's not.
Then we have King Shark, who's basically a big shark guy. I find it funny that he's known as a Flash villain, considering he has absolutely no powers that would be a threat to the Flash. But yeah, he's a shark man.
Would you assume Captain Cold would? He's got a cold
gun. What does the Flash have to do with any of this? It doesn't matter. He just had nothing to complain about for the character. So he just went, oh, he been Flash. He can't beat up the Flash. Dude, that's not a critique. You're bringing in others.
How much comic book media does he consume? Because he's just like another comic book movie, cape movie. Does he read comics? Does he watch the TV shows?
I can't think that he does, because he goes, oh, he can't do anything against Flash, and I gotta assume he can do something against Flash, because otherwise, why would he be such a mainstay villain? Legitimately, what could Calendar Man do? Oh, I set up bombs on Valentine's Day. But he's still a really big shark.
Pig.
Goodness gracious. Boy, they were running out in them Arkham games. But he's still a really big shark. He's super strong. He can threaten other people. I'm just saying, for this movie, This has nothing to do.
And we see all the he goes through in this movie and just walks away from it.
So we have to think about it like, okay, so you saying that King Shark can't do much to Flash, but what can Flash do to King Shark?
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed with this character. I thought this would be the comedic character. No, he's an idiot, and he just says dumb things.
He's not an idiot. He can barely talk because he's a fake shark man.
He's hilarious.
Me read book good.
Look at him. He's got the book upside down. Bird. No, wait, don't get off the channel. He's funny, and the people's reaction to him is funny. When they were doing the plastic explosion, they go, look, Peacemaker. That's very nice, but just put it on a wall. Doesn't even look anything like me. He just says dumb things. Okay, so does he just say dumb things, or are they comedic dumb things? It's okay. It's fine if you didn't laugh, but you can't just go, he didn't say anything funny.
But not even funny dumb things. He can just barely talk, and that's it. And he wants to eat people. And I guess it's supposed to be funny that he eats humans, but it's really not. Then we have the funniest character.
That's not his only character trait. The comedy of him eating people only comes up like 1 or 2 times. It's him being sort of intrusive with his I want friends sort of thing. It's not just the eating people.
I think near the end there's a joke with it where he's just like,
as he's walking by.
And that's good. I laughed. Like, I don't understand, dude. Oh, also I heard your the newspaper "What's Up" clip. It's really funny. It's really funny. I'm sorry, I fell asleep. It's already finished. What's up?
It's already finished. What's up? You fired.
Peacekeeper, played by John Cena. Yeah, I'll give the movie some credit here. His dialogue is actually pretty funny. He's basically the rival to Bloodsport. He seems to have very similar mercenary-like killing abilities.
You just love that penis.
And a bit of super strength, but not too much. Maybe Captain America level. And finally,
Captain America's strongest.
Yes, the one thing that we saw where it was a pretty big strength feat was him throwing Flag, and Flag went like 10, 15, 20 feet. I went, oh, I guess he's pretty strong. But other than that, he's a pew-pew gun man.
No one likes to show off. They do. Well, what you're showing off is dope as...
Gosh, he's right.
Right.
Dot Man, who is, I guess, the joke character, but doesn't really...
No, he's tragic! He's so tragic, yo! Did you watch the movie?
I don't think I don't think he watched the movie, because basically everybody has jokes. There is no one serious guy.
The closest is Polka Dot Man. He's the closest to...
Because his only thing is, I see my mom, which happens 3 or 4 times.
And it's not played as joke except like once.
And the time where they're just like, he shoots polka dots, and then he does shoot polka dots. Other than that, I don't. Is this a situation?
The Milton scene where he's just like, he's the only one that cares about Milton. It's just like, who the f is Milton? Hey, he's been with us the whole time.
I thought he stayed back on the bus.
What was Milton gonna do? That was fun too. What was Milton gonna do?
Even count as a joke character if half these people are fucking jokes. But yeah, he shoots
Pause. He's the joke character, but he's not the joke character because everybody's the joke character. I don't know if you're just doing this off the cuff or what, but get you a better script or edit what. You're going back and listening to what you're saying, and you're just going, I need to insult this person. So he's the joke character, but he's not even the joke character because everybody's a joke character. So what is he? What's your criticism of Polka Dot Man now?
Also, why is the trailer footage like good, but his scenes of the movie are like they came from a film?
Yeah, I'm
like
wondering that myself.
Like a cam footage.
That melt things, and yeah, that's what he does, and it's surprisingly efficient. And his only character trait is that he has mommy issues. So long story short,
the only character trait. he also kind of really wants to die.
Until he at the end, he's just like, you know, I am a superhero, and then he just dies.
He's got a reason to live, and then he dies. That's irony.
Motivation for our...
He's reducing so much to just really baseline whatever.
Yeah.
Just, this was reminding me of Coco, man.
He's unfairly denigrating the movie to make it seem worse than it actually is. Like, you could... I have no problem with someone going, Suicide Squad is like a 6. And them explain to me why they believe it's a 6. And
properly.
Shrug shoulders, sure, if you think that way. This dude is not saying anything except everybody's a joke and I didn't laugh.
What he does say, it's immediately contradicted.
Issues. So, long story short, the motivation for our main character is that his daughter got caught committing a crime, and so Amanda Waller, who actually plays her part even better in this film than the first one. So again, I give the film credit for that. She threatens to send his daughter directly to this prison if he doesn't do the job. And so there you go, that's all it takes to motivate him. So, as Team A was getting violently...
Is he dismissing that as that's all it takes to motivate him, whatever? It's a flimsy motivation, or is he...
I have no idea, because even with the motivation itself, he basically went, okay, she spent a year in juvie, she needs that.
Yeah.
And
once it was just like, no, she's coming here and we got the highest mortality rate. What you think is going to happen? And then he goes... And you see with just one scene, yeah, they're yelling back and forth with each other, but as soon as she goes, I wish I didn't have you as a father, he goes, and he's just sort of, and the yelling stops. So he does care, but he just sort of can't express it properly. And even if he didn't really care about her, he wouldn't want her to be in this prison and potentially killed. That's all you really need. I'm just wondering about that flippant tone that he just gave at the end.
Also, I really wish he would have used Injustice 2 instead.
The faces aren't the best, are you saying?
It is.
Are you saying that in Crimson Chin over there isn't doing it for you?
Killed. Team B was sent to a different part of the island, which is essentially Cuba in all but name. And they have to infiltrate this secret government facility thing. Really doesn't matter. They have to destroy all the evidence, blah, 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 right? Which at least sounds like something capable of their abilities until the end of the movie where they just throw that out the window. Versus the first movie where, you know, it ends in a giant sky beam and Power Rangers fight shit. Well, get ready to be disappointed if you were expecting the movie to stay on a realistic mercenary-esque scale.
As opposed to the Ing Witch they fought in the first one?
I was not expecting a realistic mercenary type.
Especially from the trailers when you see literally Starro.
I don't know. I wasn't expecting them to just assassinate a president and then turn around and leave. Was he? Is that what he wanted?
Because originally the Suicide Squad is for quote-unquote Superman level threats.
And Amanda Waller already said this dude put Superman in the hospital with a kryptonite bullet. So you see that he's very capable. He's got a direct equal in Peacemaker, so he's very capable. Nanaue, Ratcatcher, we see all the capabilities of these people. And he just wanted a grab and go mission?
Assassination, rescue Quinn, we're out. Like, what would be the threat to a Suicide Squad
if not
a giant beast or some type of thing,
supernatural being
like Deadshot?
Because we've seen them take out people with a whole bunch of guns, armies, and all that crap. We've seen that, so that's off the table. It would have to be somebody who is very capable, and then we have to be like, okay, so why are they so capable that they could take out 5, 6, 7 people of great talent?
It'd have to be somebody like a Deathstroke or somebody of that rough ilk.
Or a giant monster.
So yeah, this is kind of the part of the movie where it sort of meanders about for roughly an hour. You do get the funniest joke in the whole movie where John Cena basically says he would suck an entire beach worth of dicks to save liberty in America and shit. I'm not gonna lie, I actually laugh pretty hard at that. King Shark wants to eat the team, but they befriend him, so he won't eat the team. Then they...
You're completely... So when that scene happens, it's just like, he wouldn't eat me, he has kind eyes, and then the rest is like, no, he's like, and she summons a bunch of rats and beat him the fuck. And then the speech of, I don't have friends, would you eat your friends? Can we be your friends?
I'd rather... Dying for the sake of love is a very noble death. You get a whole lot of her humanity in that moment. And you see throughout the movie, does she really hurt anybody? No. And that's the beginnings of, oh, this person is a very nice person. You see Cena just like, all right, we taking him out or what? Because it's like, threat to the mission, kill him. Gloss over it. An hour of meandering, I guess.
Yeah, gloss over that.
Basically, a scene ripped.
And the best joke of the movie is, why did you tell us you were scared of rats? I'm an assassin. Why would I share my liabilities? That's the best in joke.
Dude, when Weasel's drowning and it's just like, did anybody check if he can swim? And they're just dead face
silence.
As he just like, drowning. Dude, it's a funny movie.
It's a very funny movie.
I'm gonna have to censor this penis so many times.
Directly from Predator, where they kill a whole bunch of people in some jungle village thing.
Stolen directly from Predator. So you just say that and not reference how exactly they did it. Just the fact that they're going through a jungle killing a whole bunch of people. I've never seen Predator, but potentially there is a competition as well. No competition. Okay, fine. So they're just...
I haven't seen Predator in a few years.
So they're just going through the jungle, killing people, potentially with a competition. And that's all it takes for it to be similar to something else, and thus I can denigrate it as a bad thing.
It turns out those were the rebels that they were supposed to be assisting, and they find Rick Flag, and despite literally slaughtering all their people, the rebel leader woman agrees to help anyway.
No, she agrees to allow them to help.
Yes.
I will make a deal with the devil himself if it saves me.
She said that. She literally said, kill my family. I will make a deal with the devil, whoever, whatever. Now, the issue that he could bring up here is there was a whole lot of screaming and gunfire and stuff like that. Why didn't nobody hear him? Mm-hmm. That's the issue that he could bring up. But he didn't watch the movie.
While Harley Quinn, instead of being executed with the rest of her team, gets captured by the bad guys. This is what I was hoping was the worst part of the movie. Unfortunately, it gets worse. The dictator leader wants to marry Harley Quinn. Why? Because she represents an anti-America hero fighting against American values or something.
Excuse me, the fuck did you just say?
Okay, and I'm embarrassed to say this, right? But I watched the Birds of Prey movie. Yes, you can blame my dad. I've watched probably 80% of these cape shit films with my dad that I didn't even want to watch for the most part. And so I watched that fucking terrible movie, and not once does it come up that Harley Quinn is anti-America.
Okay, they got a report and a bunch of newspaper clippings. Based on that, it's a lot of anarchy.
Yes.
She blew up a chemical plant. Stuff like that.
That's enough to say she represents our values, and our values are anti-America. Bring her here. There's no issue with that. There's a through line here. Now, I don't particularly care about the Harley Quinn scenes and this one or anything, but this is not a criticism towards this. It's if
you watch the movie, you would know why they felt that way.
But he didn't. He's just saying that because he only read it, American values.
See, the problem here isn't that from what we've seen, Harley doesn't represent any anti-American values. The problem here is how contrived the actual reasoning for it is.
Yes.
For the marriage and all this crap. That's what you should be talking about. Not the fact that Harley Quinn's not anti-American. Got him.
Anyway, she's literally just what every millennial woman thinks she is. Some quirky, insane chick, minus the murder.
They don't know who she is. They know her from newspaper clippings.
What she's done, not who she is. And what she's done speaks to them. And he already said she's a symbol. So you bring her over here, the people are going to rally for you and for your cause.
Yeah, the people love her. That's why it was just like, I gotta marry you because they want me to marry somebody, so why not marry somebody the people already love?
Whatever. You know, this is fucking stupid shit. I'm gonna assume James Gunn wrote this in himself. And I guess this is just the scene where they need to pander to the female members of the audience, like all 5 of them. Because the dictator is like this Hispanic hunk dude. I don't want to describe this in detail. The scene plays like a 50 Shades of Grey femcel fantasy. But there's an awkward romance thing.
What are you talking about? I wish you would have explained in detail.
It's fine.
She sleeps with him. She implies he has a giant dick. They clearly...
No, she straight up says it. R.I.P. to that beautiful monster in between your legs.
He didn't watch the movie.
He didn't watch the movie.
They know their audience. And then Harley Quinn just shoots him in the back. Yeah,
No, he did not watch the movie. The dude turned around and she shot him straight up.
And let's see if he read exactly why he was shot.
Harley Quinn just shoots him in the back. Yeah, the guy who's built up as the bad guy is just killed immediately after she sleeps with him. So then...
Nope.
Okay, nope.
He didn't watch the movie.
100%.
He was not built up as the bad guy, because I think that's even the first time we really see him. Mm-hmm. So there is no built up bad. If anything, the built up bad guy is like the general that Mastermind was talking to about Project Starfish.
Either him or Thinker himself. But this dude that we just saw, who is just like, hey, I want to marry you. And then he starts talking about enslaving children and killing them and all that. That's when he gets shot. That's really the first indication outside of him being the leader of all this big organization, which we don't even really know exactly what they do. Because it could be, hey, every story got 2 sides. Yours, mine, 3 sides. Yours, mine, is the truth. So we don't know exactly if the revolutionary was telling the truth or anything.
Like the second in command general guy, he's the new dictator. And honestly, it doesn't matter. It makes absolutely no difference to the film whatsoever. They just needed to give scenes to Harley Quinn because I guess she's the only popular character left here. But who the hell even cares about Harley Quinn anymore? The Birds of Prey movie bombed. I don't know. I can't help but picture...
And people do care about Harley Quinn.
Absolutely.
There was a poll recently if Harley Quinn is more popular than the Joker at this point.
They put her in so much stuff. Budget 82 to 100 million. Box office 200 million. It made its money back.
Barely.
I wouldn't say that's a bomb in particular. I'd say it was a disappointment.
Bombs can be many things because I think Batman v Supes is a bomb, and I think it made like 400 plus more million than its budget.
I wouldn't say that was a bomb.
I'd
say that it below their expectations, but
I think it's a bomb in what they wanted it to accomplish.
But do we have any evidence of what they wanted to accomplish with this? Because they didn't put as much money into it as somebody.
Oh no! I'm not talking about this. I'm just saying I don't think a bomb is necessarily budgetary at all times. I think sometimes just the ideas, the backlash can be such a bomb because. Coming from that, you get Justice League and they try to be more jokey and stuff, and it's just like they tried to correct course.
But Birds of Prey is generally favorable.
Oh yeah, no. That's again, I think bomb can be more than just money. I'm not saying Birds of Prey is
But
a bomb.
we don't know what he means.
Yeah.
Or the Birds of Prey movie bombed. I don't know. I can't help but picture that James Gunn is like jerking off during these scenes. Does anyone else feel that way? Especially after his controversy with his 10-year-old tweets, which I can't go into detail about, but...
But you can show penises 3 times? Come on, dude. This is unbelievable.
Let's just say by the end of this movie, I started to believe him being a diddler of the young variety.
You have a single fact.
Based on what exactly?
Is there even a young-ish character besides the daughter?
There is one scene where Starro is stomping around and there's a little girl sort of weaving through the horse of people. But that's it. What is he talking about?
What is he talking about?
Not like we getting like hard upskirts of Ratcatcher 2, even though she's an adult woman.
But is he trying to play it off with the joke with the do you have a single fact to back that up?
Let's see.
To back that up.
Allegedly.
Nope, never mind. Alleged diddler, but it makes me believe it based on this movie that had 2 underage people that we see that had any type of focus.
Well, I guess Ratcatcher counts as when she flashed back to her father and her.
I'm not counting that shit.
He said near the end of the movie, and that happened near the end of the movie. I don't know. Well, I'm trying to figure out what he means. If you just go straight up call somebody a pedo, you need some evidence. You can't just be like, yo, that dude, I'm starting to believe those 10-year-old wheedly tweets, and just go, allegedly. What? That's not how we do things here.
Allegedly, he might have done some things. Allegedly.
Allegedly, he might have done some things based off what? Because at this point, it's in slander. Because you're using a bunch of 10-year-old tweets and then going, well, allegedly he might have actually did things. And then this movie makes me believe those things. What things?
What things and what made you believe it?
I wonder if that penis was in the Red Band trailer.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Okay.
That
That makes
sense.
more sense.
Please don't kill me, YouTube. So the good guys have to meet up with this evil scientist guy who has all these things sticking out of his head. And the whole weird electrode thing in his head, yeah, it never plays into the movie at all.
Oh, hey, why do you look like that? Does it make your mind work good? Yes. It makes my mind work good.
What else?
So he's saying those things make him smarter.
Was he supposed to shoot lightning out of his head or something? What does he want? What he's thinking for them to light up? Okay, dude.
To signify that he's super smart, but it doesn't...
They say it! He did not watch the movie!
He didn't. He didn't watch the movie.
He didn't watch the movie!
We got another one confirmed.
come across in the movie at all. He just looks ridiculous. Especially when they have this bar scene where it just looks like some, I don't know, shitty third world country bar.
It
literally is.
I guess they accomplished what they were going for. Because they're in a shitty third world and then a bar in that shitty third world.
He didn't watch the movie.
He didn't watch the movie.
Oh my goodness. Why would he think that this is okay to just start talking about he does not understand because he didn't watch it?
I don't know, shitty third world country bar. And they get drunk.
We got 3 censorships.
Mm-hmm. In the very beginning. And then he was just like...
He just stopped.
Mm-hmm.
So why would he not... He had to watch this to put in... No, he's just putting in random clips. They don't
Yeah, you know, they're trailer clips.
So he doesn't even have to watch it. He just has to put in trailer clips every 2 minutes and then back to Injustice.
And they find the guy and they slip him out the back as like some soldiers show up, and the soldiers actually capture our 3 main characters. And so you're like, oh shit, there might actually be some drama happening I can be invested in. Nope. In the armored car that they're in.
Drama like what? Ratcatcher has to go and save them? Ratcatcher and Polka Dot Man?
I don't know. He could just say drama and just be, I made my
Drama I could be invested in. So all the drama now you're not invested in, but now this drama you could be invested in.
He said this was an hour of meandering, so he's not bumping this.
Kill all 3 dudes in one hit. They literally make a joke before they do it, where it's like, hey, have you ever heard you can kill someone in one punch? And then they do it. All 3 of them do it simultaneously at the same time. Then they take out the driver. The car flips like 10.
Is that an issue? They said that it's an impossible thing, but all of them are highly trained soldiers, so they would know the move. Such that, I think it was Idris Elba says it, and then they're just like, yeah, on one. So they're all confident that they can do it. And if not, just do it straight up. They can at least knock them out. No issue.
Fucking times, and they get out completely fine. And guess who's waiting for them?
Hey, sounds like it's action movie Bush. What movies does he like?
Yeah. And I would accept that because it's an armored car.
The rest of our heroes. Now, you might know if you've seen the movie that I skipped the scenes with Ratcatcher and Polka Dot Man skipping their backstories. Yeah, because it doesn't matter.
Character development.
Development.
You asked for.
Yep. This is literally what you asked for, and we're getting it. We're getting a backstory for her abilities, how he feels. We're getting all this, and he's just going, it doesn't matter. Their relationship building, him going, I'm gonna protect you. No, I'm gonna protect you.
I'm gonna make sure you don't die.
The fact that there's a line that just says a whole lot about Ratcatcher and her relationship with her father, where she just goes, my father, he had his paws burdens. And you see him shooting up. She can't even say that he was a druggo. That's a lot.
Skipping their backstories? Yeah, because it doesn't matter. It adds nothing to the movie whatsoever. Except that Polka Dot Man has like an Oedipus complex or something, because he's literally seeing his mother everywhere, and it's
so it does matter.
And that wasn't even this scene. This was earlier. And it's not an Oedipus complex, because an Oedipus complex is when you love your mother so much that you want to do her. This is he hates his mother and sees her everywhere, and that's the only way that he can kill somebody is to implant his mother's face on her, someone that he hates so much that he is willing to kill them. Only one character trait for him, though.
He didn't watch the movie.
He did. He literally didn't. You can't tell me he did.
If he watched the movie, it was while playing a video game or something. He did not pay attention.
So this is basically where the movie sinks into utter and complete.
I hate this scene so much.
Dude, it's so awful.
It's
I'm gonna hack you. Well, I'm gonna hack you faster.
This scene is pure trash.
It's a really bad
They're
scene.
just standing direct. I'm like,
and there's all these action cuts, and it's just like,
surely you got a rocket finger or something. This is so stupid. I hate this scene.
It's really bad. And then they both just like explode in their heads. It's like, wow. And it goes away, and then they fight. What's worse is one of them starts hacking the other first. So, and how did they meet up at the same time? What happened?
Shit with no redeeming value. Once again, I skipped a scene earlier where they built up that American astronauts found a starfish alien thing. Now, if you see this scene, you probably know exactly where the movie's going from here, but it's even worse than that. That's the thing. Like, you think, oh, okay, so there's a starfish guy, and he takes over people's minds, and the ultra comic nerds in the audience know that Starro the Conqueror is a real character. Yeah, he's still a shit character, I don't care. Comics used to be really stupid. Doesn't mean that those stupid characters should be in our movies. Oh, and how...
Why is it a stupid character? Because he's an intergalactic starfish?
That can take over people. That he's a legitimate threat to the planet. What is the issue here? What did Batman Beyond do better in terms of this? If you say that this is a bad character.
And what's sad is he didn't even want to conquer. Right before he died, he was like, I was happy just drifting amongst the stars. And then he dies. He didn't even want to... Like, from what we have, he was defending himself.
He was captured and tortured for 30 years, he says. And then he broke free. But it's dumb. That's all I just need to say.
Forget another of the worst scenes in the movie where they go to rescue...
Dude, this dude is awful.
Yes. He said he's not a movie critic, clearly. Because you have no kind of structure. What are his other videos like?
What's this guy's name? Synthetic Man. Synthetic Man.
Ocean Man.
Same thing I was going for. Ocean Man. Man.
Take me by the hand, do me to the land. Ocean Man.
Oh, okay, yeah, this I see. Saints Row has gone woke. No franchise is safe. He's one of the he's one of the gamers.
Oh no.
And that's why he was so mad at the Quinn scenes, because he said can't even describe it because it's some type of femme type of thing. And oh no, this dude allegedly, based off my own conjecture of slander, hates women.
Yeah, you could just say that.
And I can just say it. All this stuff is just like, this is bad.
Fanboy. Gaming is dying, casual multiplayer is dead, another industry rant in all capitals.
Okay, the best games of 2020. And then it's in parentheses, or the subtitle is a desperate attempt at optimism. So he's just some cynical, woman-hating piece of
Gaming is dying and gamings are killing it.
Let's talk about the best. Despite being easily one of the worst years in gaming history, 2020 still had quite a few decent games that came out. And honestly, no matter how bad it gets in the industry, that's probably always going to be the case, as long as you're willing to look beyond the AAA scene. I myself am playing a lot more indie games these days, and trying to find a replacement for the middleware games of the past. But even with the vast amount of time I've wasted playing video games, I still struggle to find a decent list of good games. So to help me out, I've brought a friend. You might remember me mentioning him from the Crash to Insanity video for...
Start. I can undo my greatest failure.
Industry. It's better than I could have reasonably hoped for. It's definitely a really fun game. It understands the spirit of difficulty and skill and just pure platforming that Crash was always about. Has really solid linear level design with enough secrets. But honestly, some of the secrets are too secret, which sounds like a weird complaint, but I just think with how much...
This dude's not good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed Street Trade.
I don't know who it watched. That's not very...
It's spastically fast, and you have to be extremely accurate, and you have to constantly remember all these other mechanics. Always remember to flame belch for armor. Always remember to use your frag grenades, and then when those are out, switch to your ice
Goodness
grenades.
gracious.
Remember to glory kill to get health back. Remember to use the chainsaw when you're low. It's the harden mechanic, which lets you absorb one attack in the middle of like a combo or something, which is cool. But yeah, the rest is pretty typical.
Okay.
Which is cool.
This seems like a dude that wants to be in the vein of the quartering. And I really don't like the quartering. He just straight up lies on people sometimes.
I've seen very little of them, but what I've seen I do not particularly like.
And this dude is just your criticism is so, your critiquing ability is beyond average. mediocre.
Sterling is a joke in defense of CD Projekt Red. Sterling, beloved critic among Reddit and fellow journalists, in quotation marks. Predictably, he decided to, he at the time, are they right now?
Sterling, yeah, back.
Okay. Decided to, this was in 2020. I think they were already transitioning by then. Doesn't really matter.
I think it was late 2020.
Decided to attack, it's October. Decided to attack CD Projekt Red over Cyberpunk 2077's mandatory crunch. So join me in this angry rant as I deconstruct their arguments. Their ridiculous arguments. Terribly sorry.
It was, oh, yep, I see you.
It's so fucking cringe, dude. But Jim, like, again, I think it's just intellectual dishonesty. Either that or he's an idiot. What reason does Ubisoft have to stand with the things that they're cynically mining for content? What do they have to gain from making a real political statement? They have only to lose. Because maybe Jim, once again, is like under this leftist delusion that the people...
There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, I pegged that dude as soon as I saw that. As soon as I saw that woke.
Once you start labeling people as leftists or right, that's when I'm just like, all right, I'm stop listening to you, because you're not attacking their arguments, you're attacking their beliefs, and it's like, come on now, what are we doing here? This is stupid.
Rescue Harley Quinn. Why do they rescue Harley Quinn? Who the fuck knows? She doesn't have powers.
She's an asset.
She's a member of the crew because she has abilities that are at least above average.
And who knows if they can get through that thick layer of crazy to spill some secrets. And Amanda doesn't even, as far as I know, have a bomb on Harley.
Plus, Flag at the end was just Harley Quinn was just like, Flag was my friend. So it could have been Flag's going, hey, let's go rescue her.
Doesn't matter. Amanda Waller could have just detonated her fucking head at any time.
We don't know that because when she's flipping all that stuff and she's like, turn back you, and you, she never says Harley.
She doesn't. I wonder if was her picture there.
But no, she's too popular. You
Pause.
just can't.
And also, why would she detonate her if she hasn't deserted? She's been captured. There's no reason to kill her. Secrets? What secrets? She was in jail. It's not like she knows any of Amanda Waller's secrets. Hey, just do it.
And even though it would risk the entire mission, yeah, let's go save her. But no, the movie's...
Risk what mission? Risk what mission?
You wish
They had to go get Project Starfish. Harley Quinn can help. Let's get Harley first, and then do the Project Starfish stuff.
subverts your expectations, and Harley Quinn gets out by herself. But that's the simple explanation. It's actually so much worse than that, guys. It is so much worse than that. So she breaks out, she kills fucking everyone, she even dual wields assault rifles. And as she's running down this hallway screaming, there's like 5 or 6 guards who look at her and then just run away. Come on, movie. Really? You're not gonna take anything that's happening even slightly seriously anymore?
I would run away. She killed like 13 people before me.
Plus she's got dual wielding machine guns.
I would run away.
I see nothing wrong with running away. And you're in a narrow hallway. You're getting blasted upon.
Then why should I care about what's happening? Why should I still watch this movie at this point? But again, it gets worse. It gets worse. I promise you, it gets worse. And so yeah, the good guys are preparing to break her out. They have this advanced plan, and she's just waiting there outside. So yeah, whatever. It's fucking pointless. It's all pointless.
Does he see himself as a dentist?
I sincerely hope not, because he's not understanding It's Always Sunny if that's the case.
Dennis is a bastard man.
Complete waste of time. Every Harley Quinn scene in this movie serves nothing to the overall plot.
It's not a waste of time. She got out. She got captured, and then she got out. If she just got there and they just turned their head, you'd be like, how did she get out? We had to see her going out. And this also speaks to her being very capable. Because one single person was able to kill one guy, which I think was a horrible scene, just breaking that dude's neck.
Horrible.
Because she lifted them both up. I'm like, we've been through it. You don't have that strength.
The core strength to be able to do both.
But yeah, and then she goes through an entire. She's a very capable individual.
So
Pointless.
moving on, they finally make it to this Jotunheim base, and it turns out.
Oh, can I just say I love the way they spelled out Jotunheim with the debris of all the buildings.
Yeah.
It's super good.
It's an old Nazi scientist base, which actually seems like a fake out in the movie because it has nothing to do with the cause of this plot. Because it turns out that the United States government captured the Starro alien and put him on this random Cuban island, and I don't know, just let the dictators take over, even though
They used to have a friendly a relationship. And then they didn't. In fact, Waller goes, we weren't hostile with these people. It's in cover up.
Yes. You do that in the middle of Cuba, some poor, desolate place in Cuba, instead of in Washington or Nevada or something, where somebody could easily stumble upon Starro.
Like Superman or Batman.
Secret experiments over there, and then once it's discovered, it's like, oh, we didn't know nothing about that.
there's an extremely dangerous, world-threatening, giant starfish monster with mind-controlling babies. Yeah, let's just leave it to this random third-world country with asshole dictators who hate America. I mean, maybe...
Also, it was Americans that found it. I don't know how much they actually did with it.
And the super smart guy who's experimenting on them seems like constantly. What they can take, pulling them off.
I think he's also American. I'm not 100 on the movie. Yeah. But he said he's the only one that can control it, so...
Missed some plot point because I wasn't paying attention,
Oh, wow! You weren't paying attention! You have spoke on this for 14 minutes, knowing categorically you were not paying attention.
The fact that he just went rat catcher and that scene didn't matter just tells you everything you need to know.
The old ruling family was allies with the US or something. It's still stupid, no matter how...
Whatever happened, it's stupid. I don't know what happened. I wasn't paying attention, but it's stupid. Whatever happened.
Whatever they explained, however they said this, whatever the plot was, it was stupid.
I don't understand it, but it's stupid.
Hey, what was stupid? It.
What was stupid about it? The whole thing, everything. Except maybe this one thing.
Slice it. These fucking idiots, again, I bet James Gunn thinks this shit is funny because he was high as fuck. But they have this shitty ass colorful van that they drive up to this secret military base in this intimidating huge tower. And the guards just fucking let them in.
Wasn't it something like food? I can't remember.
No, Thinker was driving it.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
And Thinker is in charge of the Starro, the thing that they know about. What's the problem?
Of course, this is one of these, and Deadpool is great people. Dude, he's like every bearded white dude ever.
He seems very of the type.
Of the type. What a great way to put it. You have been pigeonholed. You have been stereotyped into this one thing area that you're just fully going into. It's like me going, oh lordy.
Come on, man. Come on.
You do not understand why Dennis is not a good fit role model.
Or maybe he's just going, oh, Dennis tells it like it is. Just like me.
Speaks his mind, and he's the one that's just like, you guys are savages and idiots. Mm-hmm. And I'm a golden god.
This guy.
You do not want to model yourself after Dennis Reynolds of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
And we can only say that he has because this is the third time that he's shown them.
Proven sexual predator. Dennis
really bad
Reynolds.
Guy. Really not a good individual.
I have records and they all texted their consent and enjoyment. And you're asking yourself, now Dennis, would anyone really send that? Their phones did. It's so good because of the implication. There. Now Dennis, you've said that word a couple times, implication. Oh, we would never hurt them. Why we hurt these women? But they don't know that we won't hurt them because of the implication. You don't. And then later on, it's just like, Dennis, is this how you wanted these women to feel? Because they're just stuck on a boat with some dude. Dude, you do not understand.
But then it just suddenly starts raining super hard, and the heroes just fucking shoot everybody, and nobody knows what's going on. They hack into the...
Which actually helps them because this covers up what they're doing.
Coverage. They said that. And, I mean, torrential downpours, you've never seen it before? Is it convenient that it happens right there? Absolutely. But it happens. Detroit, boy, we had some rain a couple months ago where it was just like nothing. Bam!
Oh, dude.
Like,
it was scary stuff. Like wind.
Front gate, they get in, the bus driver dude that they held up at gunpoint and took with them is still sticking with them at this point. And
no, Milton was
held up at gunpoint. The actual army held him up at gunpoint, and the Suicide Squad saved him.
That was Milton from Old Girl, who was just like, hey, Milton will take you here, and then he's from the Revolutionaries.
And so, as we saw with the Revolutionaries, they are willing to pick up guns and fight because they all ran into the president's place and shot them all up.
Hey, you weren't paying attention to the movie.
Factually not paying attention.
Which is literally just a setup for a joke that happens shortly after the scene. They shut the front doors, which are like these huge concrete steel doors, whatever, you know, you can't bust through them. And guess what the retard military thinks to do? Let's run a fucking Humvee with a small ram on it. That'll open the door.
It did.
What else are they supposed to do? They said that the console where you put in the numbers is broken. So do you just stand there? Do you shoot it with a bazooka? Do you shoot it with a gun? What do you do? What's the biggest thing that we have that can get through this thing? Oh, a Humvee. Even if it doesn't work, it's worth trying.
No, they're supposed to stand there.
And just yell at the door, I guess.
Please open!
Could think of, because no, there's no way this is what they thought of. This is what you thought of. What, they have no explosives, they have no tanks, they don't have like, I don't know.
Did you see a tank?
Did you see a tank?
Did they throw an explosive at Starro? Did you see these things?
This dude. Why would you need a tank for some just third world bush country little town in Cuba? Why do you need it if you got 6 dudes with guns? And he's got a whole army with guns. Who's going up against them? Literally nobody. So you don't need a tank.
Bigger truck.
I'm sorry.
So your issue is that they didn't use the bigger trucks, not The fact that they just used a Humvee.
Bigger trucks, are they going to be able to get the speed needed to ram it? Because they weigh more, so they cannot get up to the speed as quickly as a Humvee. So you're just going weight as opposed to the front of it, which may not categorically be bigger or better for ramming.
Yeah. It's something we don't use often, but this is literally a nitpick. This does not matter. Would it have been better? Because you go, oh, they don't have explosions. They don't have a tank. They don't have a bigger truck. Okay, so they used the bigger truck, and then you're left with the explosion and the tanks.
Well, no, they didn't have explosions because they threw them and nothing. I mean, they didn't throw any in Starro.
I'm saying that's his.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That would be the answer there.
Yeah.
Why don't they have explosions?
Why
they're
do they
poor.
need one?
Look
at the surrounding areas. They don't need that.
They have legit 30 vehicles? That's basically all they got.
That's all they need.
Jam into the doors at least if they don't have any kind of explosive or rockets or anything. They fucking ram it with a car over and over again. This movie's driving me nuts, guys. You have to understand.
His cadence is very Cosmo-esque, and it's pissing me off.
Really?
Yeah, it's pissing me off.
Like, my brain was fried, and I had trouble paying attention at this point. Because I knew what was coming next.
Pause. I had trouble paying attention at this
At
point.
this point!
We're just getting all these bits of evidence of he is just not in here.
He's just not paying attention. He hit play and then went, ah!
I expected a couple of good arguments.
Because of what?
Because he's a human, he's an untested person because we don't know who he is.
Okay.
I expected at least and it's not a perfect movie. There are things that we could say, and he's just not really rat catcher, and just that scene didn't matter. King Shark just isn't funny. This is what he's got.
That's right. That's all you need. 82K views.
And you all knew at this point. But could you have guessed it was as dumb as it was? Again, let's just condense this as much as possible because I'm sure this video is too long already. So the whole point of the mission...
Make your video as long or as short as needed to properly explain yourself. I don't care if you make a 4-hour video on a 2-hour movie. Make it if that's what you need to explain yourself.
To properly explain yourself, take as much time as you want, so long as you're not repeating the same points over and over. I would rather watch a 10-hour freaking video about a single episode of TV than a 3-minute one. Because that 3-minute one is not going to tell me as much as the 10-hour one. You're just going to be like, this was dumb, this was bad, didn't make sense, bye. Why didn't it make sense? Why was it dumb? You going, oh, this video is too long. It's 15 minutes.
That's another thing. So many people that go, this is dumb, this is stupid, never explain why it's dumb or why it's stupid. They just synopsis it before and go, this was so dumb.
Cosmo, boy, that's Cosmo to a T.
mission was actually a cover-up because, again, like I said earlier, the American government was the one that was experimenting on all these people with the mind control starfish guy. And so Rick Flag, despite being like the leader of the group and from what little I remember of the first movie, I thought was established to be essentially working for Waller. But no, he suddenly decides this is too far.
You can work for Waller and then go, they're experimenting in children. I'm not for this.
And you don't even have to remember the first movie. You can remember this movie where he's working for Waller.
Commander Rick Flag.
And Peacekeeper, the bro that he is like, fuck you. I'm gonna do the mission I was sent here to do, and I was sent here by Waller to keep an eye on you. And so him and John Cena start fighting, and then the whole building...
Wow. He sucks. No, because he just overlaid that footage over this Injustice footage. Because there was a point where there were subtitles under the screen.
Oh no!
And I'm like,
I was wondering what that was as well.
The bro that he is.
Right there.
Yeah, I was wondering
That's
what that was.
because Injustice is going because the
I
NRM
was like, hey, whatever.
Because the NRM watermark is still there. So he played these Injustice scenes in the background and then overlaid these Suicide Squad scenes on top of them.
Editing is hard.
No, it's not. It's tedious. 1,000,000,000%.
But he's not doing anything.
Nothing.
This editing had to take maybe 30 minutes.
Like, fuck you. I'm gonna do the mission I was sent here to do, and I was sent here by Waller to keep an eye on you.
It wasn't you. It was, please don't make me do this.
Yes.
And he apologized to Ratcatcher and everything.
Yeah. When he saw that, when Cena saw that Ratcatcher had just seen him kill Flag, he just went, Chloe, give me the drive. He didn't pull his gun like, here we go.
And so him and John Cena start fighting, and then the whole building collapses. Meanwhile, it cuts.
And they survived it. So you don't think they can survive a truck flipping?
That's to what the rest of the heroes were doing, which is setting explosives on the building. King Shark wanders into like the top floor of the building, and for some reason it's a huge aquarium, and there's these weird octopus monsters, I guess, and he thinks they're his friends. Meanwhile, the evil army gets into the building, they start shooting.
No, he was happy that he had even dumber friends than him.
Yes.
So now he's the smart guy.
And he said that we're just gonna synopsis over this as fast as possible. Condense it. Why does he need to mention that?
Because it happened.
Okay.
The bus driver guy gets killed, and then one of Bloodsport's bullets accidentally hits the C4.
He did not watch the movie! He was not paying attention! Polka Dot Man's polka dot hit the C4!
He was checked out.
He was not paying attention, y'all.
Or he just didn't watch it.
Or he just straight up didn't watch it.
He was cooking while it was on in the background, and he every now and again he just looked over.
Oh, there's an explosion? I guess Bloodsport did it. Cause it's such a slow and long scene in slow motion. Happen.
They round the corner, Bloodsport shoots one of them, and then Polka Dot Man does the polka dots, and Harley yells no.
And it slowly goes, and you see the polka dot hit it. You were not paying attention.
And blows the building up. And this results in the aquarium spilling out. And so the little octopus dudes have like lamprey teeth. And so they start biting all over King Shark like piranhas. And it's actually affecting him. It's making him bleed. Keep this in mind. And so he falls out the building, falls like 5 floors or some shit, hits the ground. The military starts shooting him, and the bullets do nothing. So you might think, this is a small detail. Why are you focusing on this? Why does it matter? Well, I don't know, to be honest. Maybe I was just fucking fed up with this movie. But the fact that these random-ass, colorful, I guess,
alien fish
can't have super strong teeth. Stronger than a bullet can produce.
Superman can be punctured. He can't be punctured by bullets. Kinetic force. It needs to be a strong enough force to hurt or hit or puncture Superman.
This is not an issue.
So they're stronger. Their teeth are stronger than bullets.
Easy. He's just looking for stuff to complain about, and he's on E because he wasn't paying attention.
Lamprey jellyfish guys can puncture his skin, but bullets can't? Are they super strong? Or is the movie just once again implying, like the rest of the movie does pretty much, that if a bad guy wields a gun, it does nothing? It's firing blanks. It's whatever. So King Shark gets up and starts like chomping on all these.
Are they super strong? Yes.
Yes.
They're stronger than bullets at the very least. Mm-hmm. How hard is it? These hurt him. Bullets did not. They greater sign bullet.
When Ratcatcher was about to be eaten by King Shark, Bloodsport shoots King Shark quite a lot, and there are no bullet wounds or anything. He's knocked back. Bullets don't really affect him. These things do. So what does that tell us about these things? Oh, they're stronger than bullets. Bad! No!
Again, not a single bad guy has anything other than an assault rifle. No rockets, no tanks, no helicopters, no...
What would they need that for? Revolutionaries? They did have they had a helicopter early on in the movie. It got taken down immediately. They didn't do another one. What were they going to do with a helicopter? What would that do here?
A helicopter and a rocket launcher. Ah.
What?
Unbelievable. This is terrible.
No, nothing. So...
Planes for what? What's a plane gonna do?
Just hit King Shark with a plane.
Just drive a plane. Why weren't they ramming the door with the plane? This is so stupid.
We catch up with the other scene where apparently, just because fate willed it, Bloodsport falls down like 5 floors exactly across the room from where John Cena was about to shoot Ratcatcher 2 in the face.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, convenient in where he landed.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And Rick Flag's dead, by the way. John Cena won the fight. And then, in the most anticlimactic confrontation possible, they both shoot a bullet, and Bloodsport's bullet is smaller, so it goes through Peacekeeper's bullet and sinks through.
He did not watch the movie. He
was not paying attention.
He was not at all. They said it in the beginning. I use smaller bullets. I can hit my target even more in the center.
I was just waiting for him to say it's a callback to that. And that's the only reason I hadn't paused already. I'm just waiting on the callback.
Let's hear it.
His throat and kills him instantly. No big, like, climactic battle with, like, gun fu or, like, John Wick style fighting or, I don't know, anything entertaining whatsoever. No, it's over instantly in one shot. Because the building collapsed, Starro the cop...
Nope.
Okay.
Didn't even mention. He was not paying attention to the movie. And we already had that with the Cena and Rick Flag thing. So this is just a callback to their thing of who's a better shot.
And he's sick of cape but he wants more cape
He wants cape. He wanted some big John Wick thing pulling off his armor and making more guns type of thing. He wanted some big climactic battle between the two, except he don't want that because it's cape. What do you want?
And it says a lot about Bloodsport that he took what Cena said in his mind, just like smaller bullets, even more in the center, and how he can go through other bullets. And he took that in his mind because he just like, oh crap, this dude is exactly like me. He might be better than me, so let me also get smaller bullets. That says a lot about him in that moment.
It's out, and yeah, it's literally a giant fucking starfish walking around a city, like smashing buildings. Like, this is like a bad 50s sci-fi movie. What the fuck? What?
It's a superhero movie with an intergalactic starfish that can take over people's minds.
No, I can just say what exactly happened and then just go, what the f... So that just means that it's bad. Without
what were they
censoring
thinking,
myself.
dude? I know.
What were they thinking?
Such a cliche statement to say in a YouTube video. What were they thinking? But seriously, what the fuck? Why? Don't watch the fucking movie is what I'm saying, okay? I don't think I need to say that directly. But yeah, so... Of course, the good guys...
Don't watch the movie. Because I don't think I need to say that. Because...
What's dumb about it?
An ending sentence chuckle bush irritating me. Pissing me off.
Nah, he's better than this movie. He's better than
Don't watch the movie.
That like it.
Jesus Christ.
Directly. But yeah, so... Of course, the good guys want to stop the giant starfish, but Amanda Waller says, no, your mission's over, go home. Why does she say this? Who the fuck knows?
Because the mission's over, go home!
She said
I'm not losing assets because you guys want to go chase a starfish!
Hang on.
No, your mission's over. Maltese has nothing to do with us, especially since in government and power matters nothing to us. They killed the family. So we got nothing to do with this country anymore. Get the out.
It's headed towards the city. I think it wants to feed as many people as possible. Not our problem. If you've destroyed Jotunheim and its records within it, you've actually achieved the objective. Maltese is no longer a U.S. ally. If anything, the White House will consider fomenting destruction in a hostile nation as a positive development. That was the reason. He was not paying attention.
He was not paying attention.
100%.
Happens is just, it's pandering idiocy, because it would be controversial and possibly racist if literally anyone else knocked out Waller. They have the one black woman, like, secretary knock out Waller, so it's a black woman knocking out a black woman. It's so blatant. Why?
Oh no.
Pandering?
I didn't think.
That's pandering?
Yeah, it's a black woman and a black woman. A powerful black woman took down a powerful black woman. And, you know, they couldn't have the fat, schlubby white dude do it, because then it'd be racist.
I didn't even, in my mind, I wasn't like, oh, black woman beat up a black woman. If it was the white dude, if it was the white chick.
Because you're not racist like that. This dude's a
Man,
racist.
these people with their politic minds have to always put this stuff into everything.
Of course the black woman knocks out the black woman. It's the only way to be safe.
Otherwise, it would be racist?
Racist.
That these people would want to stop Starro from killing a bunch of innocent people? So one of them, doesn't matter which one knocks them out? It would be somehow racist if anybody else did it.
Yeah, if the schlubby white dude did it, you'd get a bunch of, why is this white guy, of all the people that you had, why did you pick the white guy to knock out the powerful black woman and do the right thing?
I would never once think that. And I'm a black guy. I don't know this dude's race, but it shouldn't matter. It's a person knocking out another person for doing an evil thing.
It's a bad person knocking out. It's a bunch of bad people, actually.
Yeah, but these people are going to at least try to do something good. Where this lady, after threatening to murder a child, essentially, is going, let me kill these people who are about to do a good thing.
This dude just does not have a Twitter. I was trying to see if he... Oh, wait, nope. Is that him? Yep, that's him. White dude.
No, I think that's...
I assume it's him because it's in that and that.
No, I think that's just an actor.
You sure?
He looks vaguely familiar.
Maybe it is an actor.
I'm just saying. I'm usually pretty good about hearing people's races. Especially between...
What type of shit is that?
Hey, you telling me you don't have that ear of just like, there they are?
No!
Really?
Do we sound black? Well, I don't. I categorically do not sound black.
We have our moments.
Sure, moments.
I've not heard that moment from him. I'm just saying, this is not a point. This is somebody trying to inject something where it's just factually not. Not everything is racism. Not everything is sexism.
Or protecting from racism or woke or whatever.
It don't always have to go that way. Sometimes it's just an action taking place. I would never.
I had never thought of that.
Oh my goodness.
Racist if literally...
Oh yeah, I want to hear the whole thing again.
Stop the giant starfish, but Amanda Waller says, no, your mission's over, go home. Why does she say this? Who the fuck knows? But then what happens is just, it's pandering idiocy. Because it would be controversial and possibly racist if literally anyone else knocked out Waller. They have the one black woman, like, secretary knock out Waller, so it's a black woman knocking out a black woman. It's so blatant. Why? Why did you do this? Really?
Pause.
So none.
It's blatant, and also, why did you do this?
It could be controversial or possibly racist if somebody else did, and it's so blatant. Why would you do this? He presented a problem, explained the problem, and then went, "Why would you do this?" Answer.
Question the problem as well.
Questions the answer of the problem.
He created a problem, answered the problem, questioned the problem.
Her heads get detonated, and guess what? There are no consequences for her staff knocking her out, by the way.
They're all trying to ignore her at the end when she just slowly looks at them.
Yes.
We don't know what the consequences are or could be, or she's thinking they did a good job.
Or the fact that she was knocked out from behind, she doesn't know exactly who knocked her out.
She doesn't know what happened after the fact. It could have just been she was knocked out and the team did what the team do.
And so the good...
In fact, it even speaks to that because at the end of the movie, there's two people that go to do Peacemaker, and it's the only two people she can see, which is the schlubby white dude and the woman that was next to her. So those two couldn't knock her out.
You realize this is revenge, right? Waller knows we double-crossed her, and she's getting back at us by saddling us with this douchebag. At the after-credit scene. Mm-hmm. So, there were consequences.
Consequences for her staff knocking her out, by the way. And so the good guys have to stop the giant monster. Polka Dot Man shoots some polka dots, but then gets crushed and dies instantly. And again, I think it's supposed to be funny, but it's not. And so the good guys like, what the hell do we do?
Both the funny and tragic.
And it was. I laughed and I was just like, oh.
Guy has an army of zombies and is a giant starfish, and we don't have any big guns, I guess. Well, again, the movie's just fucking retarded and has...
Do you think a big gun would hurt Starro?
It didn't, because they were shooting it.
They were
shooting Starro and nothing happened.
They absolutely were. So, no, but a big gun.
I mean, big gun...
A rocket launcher is just going to beat them in one shot. And a helicopter and a plane and a tank.
Absolutely no internal logic whatsoever, because Ratcatcher 2 just decides, oh, I'll use my staff and summon a million fucking rats. Starts attacking Starro. Meanwhile, Harley Quinn decides, oh, I'm gonna climb these
No, she was told to do that. Quinn, you go up top.
Bloodsport said this in the movie.
And she said, I know what I'm supposed to do with this javelin.
They were all given orders in quick succession. This is the sequence of events that occurred in this movie.
Buildings jump and stab the thing in the eye with a javelin. Why does that work when bullets didn't penetrate its eye? Who the fuck knows?
Did we see any bullets going anywhere near its eye, or was it just on the pointy bits? What are I don't want to say legs or arms. What is the
appendages?
Appendages. Let's go with that.
Who cares? Nobody cares. James Gunn doesn't care, so why should we care? I don't know. Why did anyone watch this movie? I don't know. So it stabs.
Why did you watch it?
Why did you watch this movie, sir?
Why didn't anybody watch this movie as I actively watched this movie and is recapping it very poorly?
Gives the rats a chance to climb inside its eye and start eating the inside. And you know, this is something I didn't mention, but this movie is very, very gory for no reason. It was
It's an M
for no reason. Nah, it's just no reason.
R-rated movie.
Nah, no reason. That's what it is. It's just no reason. I could just say that, and it's just for no reason. Not like if people get shot in the head, blood comes out, and people getting shot in the head, blood comes out.
Cynicism is not a substitute for a personality. You going, everything is trash, does not make you a more interesting person.
I think it's worth 82K views, though.
Because people probably went, oh, I want to see what's
What's the like ratio for this? Throw it in the trash.
Trash!
2K up. Oh, them thumbs down have got to be banging. Oh, we're going to read some comments after this. Ooh.
Somebody got him.
In summary, I didn't like this movie that I wasn't paying attention to. There, I saved you the time.
Whoa! Whoa!
Got him. He pinned a comment. While editing this video, I saw a couple... Editing? While editing this video, I saw a couple of positive reviews for this movie. I'm assuming that the public perspective of this is at least somewhat positive. You're assuming a public perspective, but you saw some reviews.
And you can also go to things like Rotten Tomatoes and stuff. Wonder if he even uses social media. You know what? He's probably on in Ponder or whatever that thing piss was that Donald Trump was pumping.
Before you write an angry comment, I have to know, why do you like this movie? And please try to explain without saying it was fun or I like the visuals or cinematography.
But you can say dumb. But you can just say dumb.
That's fine. You want people to explain yourself, but you're just going, that scene just didn't matter in the movie. Not explaining why it didn't matter.
It was worthless,
why
boring.
It was a waste of time. No. King Shark, he's not funny, he's just dumb. You can say these things, but you want other people to explain themselves.
That's not fun cinematography or visuals.
And for the record, I didn't like the first movie either. Probably less than this one. I am not a clickbait contrarian. And you're just not commenting on anything that anybody is saying, huh? That's just farming for comments.
He put The Last of Us 2 on his worst gaming list, didn't he?
Yes.
It's not a good game, but worst game of the year. One of the worst. Oh, no, that's kind of long.
Somebody did all this. Mm-hmm. And he goes, pretty fair points, but my issues aren't really with the tone of the movie. Well, kind of is, but more with the inconsistencies of it. What inconsistencies has he spoke about?
None.
If I wasn't supposed to take anything seriously, who said you weren't supposed to take anything seriously? Did this person say... Kind of. The Suicide Squad should never be approached in a realistic manner at all because it never was created nor written in a realistic manner.
No, realistic is not the same as serious. Yes. He wanted them to just do a thing, get in, get out, president assassination mission.
The first 30 minutes of the movie were completely fine and at no point felt like a parody of a superhero movie or a badly written Adult Swim cartoon. But as it went on, it got dumber and dumber. Okay, thank you for explaining it. If the movie had started with something as bad as Starro, then went on to soften the blow for the rest. If this movie started with something as bad as Starro, then it would have softened the blow when it went on to the rest. As it stands, it feels... like the movie never committed to the over-the-top parody tone, instead being grounded with it just enough realism to steadily piss me off more and more as the film progressed into madness. TLDR, the tone is too inconsistent to pull off something like Deadpool. It also wasn't nearly as funny. You said that you laughed only at...
I know he was one of them Deadpool people that just Deadpool is the funniest too much sometimes. Dude, stop with the comments. We're almost done. I'm in play, you know?
Yeah. Actingly gory to me. As desensitized as I am to fictional violence, it just seemed very try-hard to me. Either that or the result of another bad trip from our alleged diddler director here.
Who's alleging this? He's a piece of
big time.
Somehow during all this chaos, Bloodsport uploaded that secret drive to the internet or some secure server or something, and so is blackmailing Waller with that to not kill them all. And that's the end of the movie. Yeah, so the movie's shit. Complete and utter shit. I'm starting to think that James Gunn is another George Lucas, and the only reason that the first Guardians of the Galaxy was any good is because he was on a tight leash. And I'm guessing Warner Brothers just gave him free reign to do whatever the fuck he wanted to do, which is why this movie was such shit. Either that or he really just didn't care, and this is all a practical joke on Warner Brothers to sink them further into the abyss. Either way, I would not recommend this movie to pretty much anybody except maybe some stoners. I don't know, you guys might like the pretty colors. So thanks for watching, do the things the algorithm likes. Check out my Patreon if you want to support me directly. And yeah, the Deus Ex review is almost done. I am going to wait a few days to release it just because it's usually not a good thing to release big videos back to back, but just know that it might be done by the time this uploads. So don't worry. And yeah, that's it for now. Not entirely sure what I'm going to do with the rest of this month. I am going to talk about Aliens Fireteam, but that's the only thing for sure. I'll see you next time, guys.
What is this Patreon?
Oh, it's not popping. I'm telling you.
You would be correct in that aspect.
Oh no! I didn't check it, but I'm just like, who would support this guy?
How not popping is it?
Below $70, more than 40.
Boy, you are a good fucking guesser. 18 patrons, $49. Wait,
Exactly.
something about ad money? Hey guys, Synthetic Man here. I understand if you've lost respect for me for doing this, but I can't keep reviewing modern games when I don't make any money off YouTube. You've heard it 1,000 times. Ad money is in the toilet. I don't get many views to begin with, and I'm currently unemployed. That said, don't be pressured to donate. I'm not going to quit YouTube if I don't get X amount per month. No, this is just to up the quality of my videos. I've already brought a new microphone recently, and I have some other plans, and so I can afford to cover modern games. I also want to offer an incentive for you guys that doesn't lock out content for anyone else. So if you make a level 2 donation, you'll be entered into a monthly raffle. The winner gets to choose any video they want me to make, with a few exceptions, of course, and I will make that video the following month. So thank you to anyone who donates. It really helps me out like you wouldn't believe. You should probably search for a job, sir.
Yeah, this isn't doing what you think it's going to be doing. A Hall of Fame. Yeah, no. This whole I didn't watch the movie, but I'm just gonna spew out sharks. It's not for me.
And in the anti-wokeness, and I'm not even gonna talk about Harley's femme stuff. You hate women, allegedly.
Really, just the rat catcher and Bloodsport thing didn't matter. That just says a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot of heart right there.
You could say that I didn't really care about these
He didn't even talk about the club scene of them just hanging out and talking and having fun.
Because he didn't watch the movie.
He didn't pay attention. We can say he didn't watch the movie. He watched it, but he didn't absorb the information at all. Like, period. When you're just saying blood sports bullets no, that's not what happened. So, regular negative 10 for your boy.
Say, give your number, because Triton needs it.
That piece of shit.
Oh, big mistakes all abound.
Yeah, your fault, dude.
What else is new?
We're gonna have in 3, 5, 8 over 2 days of viewer request month. Which is gonna combo into an actual viewer request month at some point. This is you trash.
Comments are not kind.
They shouldn't be. He got a bunch of clickbait views.
Oh yeah. Milton was never kidnapped by the bus driver. He was part of the resistance. He was helping them. He was helping them. It wasn't for a joke. It was to show that Pokemon Man did actually start to care about others, unlike at the start of the film. It sets up his inevitable death, where he helps save others by taking out Star-Lord's leg. Bloodsport didn't hit the C4. Oh yeah, this dude is just debunking him. It wasn't pandering against racism when Waller was hit by a woman. You sound stupid for bringing that up. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he took him to task.
That was a big L with that racism stuff. Definitely gonna admit I'm not the film analysis type of guy. Somebody just went, yeah, we know. Dang, bro, I can't believe the Vietnam War copied The Predator by being in the jungle. Yeah, this is... Oh, yeah, Is there a single good comment?
I'm sure there is, like, way, way down there.
I'm looking for top comments.
It's not going to be a top, because top is going to be the
people. Then. Let's look up newest first then. First comment. This is hot vomit.
Hot vomit.
This video just sums up all his political views in a nutshell. How am I supposed to take this seriously? Are you a troll or what? I just need one favorable, positive comment. Thank you. Why did so many people praise this when it first came out? I stopped halfway through and I didn't even finish. A terrible movie, in my opinion.
Of course.
Hot take as it is. The first wasn't that bad to me.
Oh, yeah. This is a contrarian piece of shit.
The first wasn't that bad to me like everyone said it was. Do you see it? The first wasn't that bad to me like Come on, you gotta restructure that. Yeah, yeah, big poopy. I feel like the other one would have been better.
It was definitely edited.
Cause this dude just did not care.
Good on him.
Did he not care, or is he just not good?
Both. Both at same time. Same time as both.
I mean, it's very telling when you're getting he's got how many subs? He's got 35K subs.
Almost 36K.
And then some of his videos pop off. Saints Row has gone woke, and that's got 147.
Of course, because it's like quartering people. But dude, did you see his in Banner? Smile and optimism gone. He's just a dude that wants to be mad about. Our Revisited is predicated on us talking about people in their videos. Well, criticizing people in their videos. But we want good. Yes. I want to read and watch good.
Somebody in the comments just went, boy, one of these days you guys are going to get a video that you mostly agree with. I'm like, I hope so. We put that boy up just like, dang, I guess Suicide Squad wasn't all that good. Imagine that. But yeah, going back to his videos, he's got Far Cry 6 is creatively bankrupt. It's almost 400K views, but people aren't subscribing. So that's very telling of the quality of his channel. This guy is horrible. It's so easy to talk about stuff.
Is it though?
I think so.
I think so too. I don't know. What are you looking at?
His Last of Us 2. And he put on timestamps.
Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't you put it in the description?
That's very stupid. I just realized that.
You would take the time out to put it in video?
Goodness gracious. Corrections from the first video / Abby design rant. Beginning of the plot. Brief gameplay discussion. Joel's death. Synagogue rant. I've never seen synagogue spelled out like that at all. I don't think so. This game is depressing / flashbacks. Playing as Abby Lev trans rant.
Oh, dude, no. Oh, dude.
Abby
no.
sex scene. Abby versus Ellie. The ending. Naughty Dog is dead. I'd like to hear a little bit of that, if you don't mind. If you got the time.
I really do.
If you got the time.
Hey, y'all, this might get cut out.
We're not trying to get canceled here.
You know, scene that you guys all know very well. They find these Seraphites this brother and sister, or actually, okay, so here we go. Here's the trans character. So 2 of the Seraphites left their cult, and they're sisters, but not really, because as we find out, it's sister and brother. The brother is actually a woman, a female to male trans character, which I wouldn't have guessed. It's a lot more rare than the other way around. But yes, this
Do you have statistics or anything, or are you just saying that?
Shut up.
this is horrible. Here's why this is horrible. We find out she's 13 years old, and she decided at 13 years old, possibly even younger, that she's a boy. She was born.
What does age have to do with that? It doesn't matter how old you are if you discover that about yourself.
Yep. I mean, if you want to get into a discussion about
Is it right to give them
hormonal
hormones
treatments and stuff,
before the brain properly develops?
or even it's a confusing time, so for right now they could.
But then there's also the other side of that coin of, is it worth it to have somebody suffer through a body and a puberty of a body
for
that
several years.
So it's a discussion to be had there. Mm-hmm. But just saying that it's stupid because it's 13, that's not the discussion.
In the wrong body or something. It's like, really, in a fucking conservative Amish cult, you're like, oh, I was born in the wrong.
Okay, in a Christian household, do you think some kids don't end up gay? That's what conversion camps are about. This dude is stupid. So yes, it's see, the problem is he thinks it's either a choice or he thinks that people are doing it to be trendy or some.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's the woke man.
It's a thing. They were born that way. Lev understands that he does not want to be a girl.
Absent of the media, books, anybody telling them that you can or you can't be. It's just that's who they are, so they become that.
Body, ooh. And another thing too, they really enforce the anti-conservative shit, is they say, so her sister got to be a warrior, right? And Lev is such a trans name too.
Did she? I don't remember her being a warrior, because I remember all the women.
I thought she was a doctor or something.
I'm pretty sure all the women were just. Hang on. Lev, Last of Us.
Lev was a warrior, but I think the sister was she knew some medical stuff. Because isn't that why Abby needed to go to the hospital to fix her leg up or something?
Let's see.
Yeah, and I think somebody had gotten shot or killed or was about to die, or their arm needed to be taken off, and she did it. So I think the sister's a nurse or a doctor.
Nope. Yara was a warrior.
Okay.
And Lev wanted to be a warrior like her, and she couldn't. He couldn't.
Oh yeah, he couldn't because he was to be married.
Yes.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Really, are you fucking kidding me? Anyway, so Lev also wanted to be a warrior, but it's tradition. They don't even explain the tradition, by the way, that she would be a wife to somebody. Well, why is the first daughter a warrior and the second daughter a wife? That doesn't make any sense. They didn't explain it.
You were sold off to be a wife.
Yes. That's what else is there? assigned to be a wife for the elder. So this is the elder's choice. He probably just liked him and just went, you.
In the story. And every character makes sure to call Lev he. Every single character.
Every single character that cares about him being a he.
Not the Seraphites. They actively call him her. But the people
And
who
then
are...
there's even Abby and Lev are talking, and Lev goes, did you hear what they said? Abby goes, yeah. Do you want to talk about it? Lev says no, and Abby goes, okay. So they are actively screaming, get her.
But the people who are respectful to him refer to him as he prefers to be called.
Never a moment of question. Like, yeah, okay.
It was literally questioned. Okay, the him wanting to be a guy is not questioned, because why would it be? But the trans thing in general is questioned, with them saying her and Abby asking if he wants to talk about it.
Sure. Even though he has a girl's voice. Yeah.
Oh my God, he is a terrible man! He is a terrible individual human being, even though he...
Now, there's a lot of issues with The Last of Us 2, but this is not one that should be focused on. It's not a big enough issue to just be talked about like this.
Lev is a 12, 13-year-old guy. A lot of 12, 13-year-olds have high, lilty voices.
There's no issue here.
Whatever. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. There's this point, right? So...
Okay. Then it goes into the sex scene. Yeah. This dude is horrible. Yeah. This guy is. And not horrible in the way that it's just like, oh, Cosmo, he sucks. No, Cosmo is bad because he has bad opinions about movies.
And
this guy...
he poorly constructs his arguments.
This guy seems like just a very bad person. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Because we could just say whatever we want and just say allegedly.
Yeah.
Or in my opinion, and we're all good, baby.
Allegedly, people piss in the face of children, and he might be one of them.
What evidence? Hey, what evidence for the James Gunn thing? Phew. Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, so we're out of here. Drit Saturday.
Yeah.
Also, Game Saturday. We're playing around 3 on the Twitch. And we are out of here. Oh, it's your fault.
Everything is my fault.
I'm glad you realized.
We'll talk about what Gavin can do to gain his spot as well.
No!
We do everybody.
No!
Everybody gets a turn.
No!
Sure. Let's go.
This isn't going to be some rotational thing.
Hey, sure, whatever. It's
Back
fine.
of the line.
Hey, everybody. Once we get done with these 3 or 4 people, hey, all you long-standing fans, just for sticking with us, you get a freebie. I said it, and we're doing it.
I'm going to cut that out.
I'm putting it in the Discord right now. You will not deny me my terrible thoughts.
Okay? You keep saying we. I wanted to say that yesterday. It was like, when we were talking about part 6, everything great about, I was just like, we're not doing that video. And Trey was like, DA already agreed. I was just going to go.
I did not agree.
I was just going to go, yeah, we're not doing that video. DA, I don't know what the fuck
I
gonna do.
didn't agree to anything. That was before the option for the whole Anime Wins, Anime Sins Part 6 was on the table. Was off the table, I meant. So I couldn't say, hey, we're not doing this. We said, hey, whatever, for you, Raul. But then restrictions for everybody else. We can't put a restriction after the fact for Raul. That's not fair. I don't want to do it.
I really don't want to do it.
It was a mistake. It is a big mistake.
Dude.
I personally do not want to do it. But we can't take it away from him.
Dude, if he fixed part 6,
it's going to be the worst.
He's getting banned.
Legit.
He's getting kicked and banned. Sorry, Rob. Because we were going through everything, and I was just remembering
all the crap that he does.
All the stuff he would be doing. This actor is this actor. Stando did so much Auga. So much Auga. Visuals. Dude, we're not doing it.
But we are, though.
It ain't this year.
But we're gonna have to do it.
Why?
But here's the thing, and I don't like it because Raul has not said, "Yeah, y'all doing it." It's just like it's just like a dangling character, just like, "Hey, this is always
And
on
he's
the
just
table."
We should probably wait for Sins to see which is worse, and then pick and.
I don't like
It's just
it.
like a knife over our heads,
Yes,
and at some point it's gonna fall.
just somebody holding the gun, like, I don't have any bullets in this gun. I'm not gonna shoot you. Like, okay, that's fine. Put down the gun. Well, I'm not gonna do that either. Oh boy.
It's the worst.
Yeah, the worst it's ever been.